In this episode, you'll learn a practical way to route each request to the right model GPT, Claude, or Gemini based on the task, your quality target, and your budget. We'll cover a task-by-task playbook, a lightweight routing algorithm, and production guardrails. Here's the plan. First, we'll define multimodal routing. Next, we'll map common business tasks to the best default model with fallbacks. Then we'll turn that into an auto-switching system, a router, a budget guardrail, and a quick quality check. Routing is cost control and speed control. Instead of sending every request to your most expensive model, you match each task to the smallest model that still meets your quality bar, and keep premium models for the moments that actually matter. Multimodal routing is a tiny decision layer in front of your LLM calls. It looks at the request, the task type, risk, latency target, and your budget, and then picks the best model and settings, with a safe fallback if the first choice fails. Think of routing as match the model to the work. GPT is a strong generalist and often shines in tool-heavy agent flows and coding. Claude is widely used for writing, synthesis, and long document reasoning. Gemini is a great option when you want strong multimodal handling and tight integration with Google's stack. Start with a simple matrix like this. Pick a default best bet model for each task category, then list one or two fallbacks. Over time, you'll refine it using real traffic, evals, and user feedback, but this gets you 80% of the value immediately. Budget routing is just a knob. For high-volume workflows, start cheap, cache aggressively, and escalate only when confidence is low. For most teams, a balanced approach wins, mid-tier by default, premium for hard cases. And for high-stakes use, go premium first but still cap output length and keep a cheaper fallback for retries. Once you route by task and budget, the next win is reliability. Add timeouts, retries for transient errors, and clear fallback rules. In production, you also want load balancing across deployments and a circuit breaker so one bad endpoint doesn't take down your whole agent. There are 3 ways to route. Rules are perfect when the task is obvious and you want predictability. An LLM router is better when requests are messy. But most teams do best with a hybrid, rules for the easy wins, and an LLM router only when needed. This is the production-friendly version. Classify the task, estimate cost, pick a primary and a fallback, then generate. After that, run a quick evaluation, sometimes just a cheap judge model and a few heuristics. If the output isn't good enough, escalate to a stronger model. Here's a minimal routing loop. You classify the request, get a candidate list, and try the cheapest acceptable model first. If the quick evaluation passes, you're done. If not, you escalate. The key is that you don't upgrade for every request, only for the ones that fail your quality check. If you want auto-switching to behave, you need 2 prompts. One router prompt that outputs structure JSON task, risk, budget tier, and recommended model. And one evaluation prompt that scores the draft and decides whether to escalate. Keep the evaluator cheap because it runs a lot. Before you obsess over which model is best, build a tiny eval stack. Make a golden set, run regressions, and log every route with cost and latency. Then you can tune routing rules based on real data and catch quality regressions before your users do. Here's how this looks in a real business pipeline. Use a fast model for triage, a writing-strong model for the customer-facing draft, a tool-friendly model for deterministic actions, and a cheap judge for a final pass, fail gate. That's multimodal routing. Each stage uses the right tool for the job. You don't need a complicated system on day one. Start with a handful of rules, a fallback list, and good logging. If you already use a framework, you can leverage router patterns in LangChain or LlamaIndex. And if you want a production routing layer with retries and fallbacks, LiteLLM is a popular option. To implement this fast, follow the checklist, define your tasks, set defaults and fallbacks, add cost and time limits, then add a cheap judge and a small golden set. Once you're logging every route, you can tune weekly and keep quality high while cost stays under control. Subscribe for more automation playbooks.